Hi dear students. So in the last class we have studied the heating effect of current, and we have discussed the demerits of heating effect, because a huge amount of energy will be lost in the form of heat energy. That was one of the major demerit of heating effect. But in this section we will discuss some of the practical application of heating effect of electric current, some merits or some usages that we will discuss today, and as well the power, and one of the most important topic, that is the fuse, electric fuse. Actually the electric fuse is repeatedly asked in the board exam, so we will discuss those topics today. So first of all, the practical application of heating effect of electric current. As we know, there are many disadvantages, but as well there are many useful applications therefore the heating effect. It's like the electric laundry iron, electric toaster, oven, electric kettles, and as well the electric heaters. In all these things we are using the application of the heating effect of current, or we can say Joule's heating. So these are some of the familiar equipments which are working on the heating effect of current or on basis of Joule's heating. So in these things we are using a conductor with a higher resistivity and higher resistance value. Then the flow of the current will not be reduced or prevented. Then the current energy will converted into heat energy. That heat energy we will use for other applications. Now come to the next slide. As well, the electric heating can also produce light. That application we have used in the electric bulbs, the old incandescent lamp. The filament should have the high melting point. It can sustain even in higher temperature. So these filaments must retain as much as of the heat generated, and then it will become very hot and it start emitting light. So the melting point should be near about 3380 degrees Celsius above. In incandescent lamp we are using the tungsten wires, and tungsten wires is almost having their melting point at 3380 degree Celsius. That's why we are using the tungsten wires for making the bulb filaments. The resistivity value is very high, and as well the melting point value is also very high. And also one more thing that you have to remember, the bulbs are usually filled with chemically inactive nitrogen and argon. Okay, nitrogen and argon, they are chemically inactive. The inner portion of the bulb is filled with these gases that will increase the life of the filament, or which will help to prolong the life of filament. So that's why we are using the inactive gases. There will not be any chemical reactions happen inside the electric bulb. That's why we are using the inactive gases. Otherwise there are chances, because higher temperature is generating, so some other chemical reactions can also taken place inside the bulb. So to prevent that one, we are using the inactive gases. Okay, come to the electric fuse. Actually, the function of electric fuse is to protect the equipment from the high flow of current. That is the function. So this is also an application of the heating effect of current, or we can say the Joule's heating. Actually, the electric fuses are using in the electric circuits, and as well which protects the electric equipments from an unduly high electric current or a sudden high electric current. The fuse always should be connected in series with the equipments. And there is a piece of wire. If you are observing the fuse, inside the fuse there you can see a very thin piece of wire. Maybe we are using the copper wires. A thin copper wire will be connected in between the two metal plates. Two metal plates are there. We are connecting the wire in between the two plates, and we have to put the fuse into the socket, fuse socket. Actually their melting point should be very low. That's why you are using the pure metal or the alloys. Examples are aluminium, copper, iron, lead, etc. The lead wire is the safest one, because their melting point is very low. Even a minute change in the current value, means if the current is increased by a minute value, then also the fuse will burn, or the fuse wire will melt. If a current is larger than the specified value, if the current is larger than the specified value flow through the circuit, the temperature of the fuse wire increases, and this melt the fuse wire and breaks the circuit. So as we have connected the fuse in series with the equipment or electrical appliances, when the fuse burn, or when the fuse wire melts, afterwards there will be no flow of current through the circuit. That's why we are connecting the fuse wire in series with the appliances. The fuse wire is actually encased in a cartridge of a porcelain or similar material. That is the body of the fuse, and the metal plates are there, otherwise the metal ends are there. In between the metal ends we are connecting the fuse wire. Actually, there are ranges for the fuse wire with the amount of the current which can be passed through that one. Likewise, in domestic purpose we are using 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, 5 ampere and 10 ampere. Likewise the fuses are given. For an example, for an electric iron which consumes 1 kilowatt electric power when operate at 220 volt. So the power value it is given and the voltage 220 voltage is given. Power P is equal to V into I. So the current I value will be always should be equal to 4.5 for ampere. That means V value 220 divided by power V P is equal to V into I. So power I is equal to power divided by V. So the power value here it is given in kilowatt. You have to convert that into watt and divided by the 220 volt will give you 4.54 ampere. So always you should use a 5 ampere fuse. Then if the larger current values, if it passes through the circuit, then the fuse wire first melt and it will stop the flow of current through the circuit and protect the equipment. Here the equipment given it is a electric iron. So regarding the electric fuse, you have to remember the first thing, that is the melting point should be less, and for that purpose we are using the pure metals or the alloys. And afterwards you have to remember it is also the application of heating effect of current or the joules heating. Then the points that you have to remember is the major materials that we are using the fuse wire, using as a fuse wire: aluminium, copper, lead, etc., iron, etc. And what is the function and how we are connecting the fuse wires in series connection? The function it is to cut off the overflow of current through the electric circuit. Then the ranges, the 1 ampere, 2 ampere, the availability of the ranges in fuses. And one example also you can give, if it is asked the fuse, if it is asked in the higher mark questions, then you can use that one. Otherwise, if it is if they are asking the application of the fuse, then you just write the fuse function. The fuse is working on the application of working as an application of Joule's law, Joule's heating law, or the heating effect of current. Then you can begin like that, and afterwards you can continue with the functions. I think this much it is clear. Now come to the electric power. Actually, the electric power we have already derived when we have discussed the heating effect, the heat energy. For that purpose we have found the value of power. Power P is equal to W by T, where W is equal to V into Q. Hence V into Q divided by T, that is equal to power, and that will be is equal to VI. And then you have to use the Ohm's law by substituting the V as IR, you will get the I square R, and I as V by R, you will get the V square by R, the P value. So different various equations for the power. Which one? The first one is VI, which is equal to power, I square R, which is equal to power, V square by R, which is also is equal to power. V square by R, VI, and I square R. The SI unit of electric power is watt. Actually 1 watt, it is the power consumed by a device that carries 1 ampere of current when operated as a potential difference of 1 volt. If it is asked to define 1 watt, then you have to write this one. It is the power consumed by device that carries 1 ampere of current when operated at a potential difference of 1 volt. If the power value and the time value, if it is given, and if it is asked you to find the energy value or the work done, you have to just multiply the power with the time. Okay. So 1 watt is equal to 1 volt into 1 ampere, that is V into A. So 1 watt is actually the volt ampere, 1 volt ampere. And 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. 1 kilowatt. Actually the watt of the power, the unit of power, watt, that is the SI unit. Actually that one is very a small value. For higher values we are using the kilowatt, that is equal to 1000 times of watt. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 times watt. So the electrical energy is the product of power and time. So watt hour is equal to, or is the unit of the electrical energy consumed. But commercially or commonly we are using the unit kilowatt hour, and as well it is known as unit. 1 kilowatt hour is also known as unit. So when means suppose in your houses, maybe you may heard that last month the consumption we have consumed near about 20 units or 30 units or 80 units of current, where the unit means 1 kilowatt hour. Okay. So now we have to the conversion of kilowatt into joule. Joule is the another unit of energy. So conversion of kilowatt into joule, just study this one. Okay. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1000 watt into 3600 seconds. So where the watt second is actually the joule, so you have to convert the kilowatt into watt, that means 1000 watts, and hours into seconds, that means 3600 seconds, then which will be is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 watt second, that is 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Watt second it is joule. So 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule is actually 1 kilowatt hour. Remember this one and the derivation also. You just want to convert the kilowatt into watt and hour into second. Watt second. So you will obtain the unit, or you will obtain the value of kilowatt in joule. Okay. So one example it is given. It's an important one. Go through that one. An electric refrigerator rated 400 watt, means a power is given, operates 8 hours a day. So in a day 8 hours. What is the cost of the energy to operate it for 30 days? So the total time it is 8 into 30 hours. Okay. So watt value it is 400 watt and 8 into 30 hours it is working. So 8 hours per day as well. Likewise 30 days. If per kilowatt, if the value of current, the rate of current, if it is 3 rupees, we have to find out the total rate. So first of all we have to find out the total consumption of current. How much energy it is, or how much energy it is consumed, that you have to find. For that, first of all you have to convert this watt into kilowatt. So 400 into 10 to the power minus 3. Or else you can find here in your text, here in the solution it is you have found the value in watt hour and then you have converted it into kilowatt hour. That also you can follow that method also. So the total energy consumed will be the P into T, where P is 400 watt and T it is equal to 8 hours per day into 30. That means 8 into 30. So 240 hours into 400 watt. So you will get 96,000 watt. 96,000 watt. So in kilowatt it will be 96 kilowatt. So 1 unit, for 1 unit, so the value of current, the rate of current in 1 unit, for 1 unit is given. That means in kilowatt hour you have to do the calculation, the further calculation. So from watt hour you are converted into kilowatt hour. So for 1 unit, that means for 1 kilowatt hour the rate it is 3 rupees. So you have to find out the value or the rate for 96 kilowatt hour. So for 96 kilowatt hours it will be 96 into 3, 96 kilowatt hour into 3 per kilowatt hour, 3 rupees per kilowatt hour. So the answer will be 288 rupees that you have to pay if you are consuming, or if you are using a 400 volt power object 8 hours per day to 30 days, for 30 days. And for kilowatt hour, if the rupees, if it is 3 rupees, then you have to pay 288 rupees. So first you have found the work done, or energy consumed, watt into second, power into time. Then you have converted that into kilowatt hour, and afterwards you have multiplied the rate of 1 kilowatt hour with the consumption, the consumed value. Here it was 96 kilowatt hour. Then you got the final answer, the rate of the current that you have consumed for 1 month, 8 hours per day for a 400 watt powered object. Okay, I think these much things are clear for you now. Let us wind up, and we will start the discussion of the question answers with the next class. Okay, thank you.